Mountain Park. We had even picked out a house. Looks like lumpy today. But Lord, child, you should know all the dreams I had about buying that house and fixing it up and making me a little garden in the back. And didn't none of that happen. Honey, Big Walter would come in here some nights back then and just slump on that couch there and just look at the rug and then look at me and then look at the rug and then back at me. I know he was down then, really down. And then, Lord, when I lost that baby little Claude, I thought I was going to lose Big Walter too. Oh, that man grieved himself. He was one man to love his children. I guess that's how come that man finally worked himself to death like he done. Like he was fighting his own war with this here world that took his baby from him. Crazy about his children. God knows there was plenty wrong with Walter Younger. Hard-headed, mean, kind of crazy with the women. Plenty wrong with him. But he sure loved his children. Always wanted them to have something, be something. That's where brothers get some of these notions, I guess. Big Walter used to say, he'd get right wet in the eyes, lean his head back, with water standing in his eyes and say, seems like God didn't see fit to give the black man nothing but dreams. But he did give us children to make them dreams seem worthwhile. He could talk like that, don't you know? Yes, he was a fine man, but could never catch up with his dreams. That's all.
When I was very small, we used to take our sleds out in the winter time. And the only hills we had were the ice-covered stone steps of some houses down the street. And we used to fill them in with snow, make them smooth, and slide down them all day. And it was very dangerous, you know, far too steep. And sure enough, one day, a kid named Rufus came down too fast and hit the sidewalk. We saw his face just split open right there in front of us. I remember standing there, looking at his bloody open face, thinking, that was the end of Rufus. But the ambulance came, and they took him to the hospital. And they fixed the bones, and they sewed him all up. And the next time I saw Rufus, he just had a line down the middle of his face. I never got over that. That was what one person could do for another. Fix him up. Sew up the problem.
Don't worry about it.
See them there? They get to a point where they can't insult you man to man. They got to talk about something ain't nobody never heard of.
How do you know it's an insult? Prometheus might be a nice fellow.
Prometheus? I bet there ain't even no such thing. I bet that simple-minded clown...
Walter?
Don't start.
Start what?
You're nagging. Where was I? Who was I with? How much money did I spend?
Walter Lee, why don't we just try to talk about it?
I've been talking with people who understand me. People who care about the things I got on my mind.
I guess that means people like Willie Harris.
Yes, people like Willie Harris.
Why don't you all just hurry up and go into banking business and stop talking about it?
Why? You want to know why? Because all we tied up to in a race of people who don't know how or what to do, but do nothing but moan, groan, pray, and have babies.
Honey, why can't you stop fighting me?
Who's fighting you? Who even cares about you?
Oh, Walter. Honey, why can't you stop? Well, I guess I might as well go to bed. I don't know where we lost it, but we have. Walter, I'm sorry about the new baby. Walter, I guess maybe I better go on and do what I started. I guess I just didn't realize how bad things were with us. I guess I just didn't realize. You want some hot milk?
Hot milk?
Yes, hot milk.
Why hot milk?
Because after all the liquor you done come home with, you ought to have something hot in your stomach.
I don't want no milk.
You want some coffee then?
No, I don't want no coffee. I don't want nothing hot to drink. Why are you always trying to give me something to eat?
Well, what else can I give you, Walter Lee Younger?
It's been rough, ain't it, baby? I mean, like between me and you. How we get to a place where we scared to talk softness to each other. Why you think it gotta be like that? Ruth, what is it gets into people ought to be close?
I don't, honey. I don't know, honey. I think about it a lot.
On account of you and me, the way things are with us, the way things sometimes come down between us.
There ain't so much between us, Walter. Not when you come to me and try to talk to me, try to be with me, a little even.
Sometimes, I don't even know how to try.
Walter,
Yes.
honey, life don't have to be like this. I mean, sometimes people can do things so things are better. You remember how we used to talk when Travis was born?
Yeah.
About the way we were going to live, the kind of house. Well, all that is starting to slip away from us.
Mama, where have you been?
It isn't fun.
Why are you mad?
I'm not mad at you.
You've been treating me so funny lately.
Well, since you asked me, I might as well say it right out, George. I don't like the whole change that's come over you in the last year. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I've got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
A change? What do you mean?
Well, up to a year ago, I used to like you a lot, and I used to watch you as you did everything, because we've been friends so long. And then you began spending all your time at baseball, and you never stopped to speak to anybody anymore. Not even to your own family you didn't. And George, it's a fact. You've got awful, conceited, and stuck up, and all the girls say so. They might not say it to your face, but that's what they say behind your back. And it hurts me to hear them say it, but I've got to agree with them a little. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but I can't be sorry I said it.
I'm glad you said it, Emily. I never thought that such a thing was happening to me. I guess it's hard for a fella not to have faults creep into his character.
Now might I do it, Pat? Now he is praying. And now I'll do it! And so he goes to heaven? And so am I revenged? A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do the same villain go to heaven? Oh, this is higher in salary, not revenge! He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown, as flush as May. And how his audit stands, who knows save heaven? But under circumstances and course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And am I then revenged? When he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No! Up sword, and now thou a more horrid hen. When he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at a game of swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it, then trip him, that his heels kick in heaven, kick at heaven, and then his soul may be as damp and black as hell whereto it goes.
Else would a maiden blush and paint my cheek. For that which thou had heard me speak tonight. Vain would I dwell, vain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Thus thou love me. I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest thou must be false of lovers' perjuries. They say Jove laughs, oh gentle Romeo, that if thou dost love, pronounce it faith. Or if thou thinkest I too quickly want, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou would move, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove to be more true than those that have proved more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess. That thou overheardst, I was where. My true love passion, therefore, pardon, and not impute this yielding to thy love, which the dark night has so discovered.
Tubes, tables, whitewashed windows, grime from age-wiped over ones, legs spread anxious, eyes crawling up on me, eyes swelling in my thighs, metal horses gnawing my womb, dead mice fall from my mouth. I really didn't mean to. I really didn't think I could. Just one day off. Get off of me, all of this blood will shattered like soft ice cream cones. I couldn't have people looking at me pregnant.